Hello, you guys. This is going to be another celebrity psychic love reading, and this was a request. This is for Big Sean and Jhene Aiko's. So I'm going to look at the key things that I usually look at. If anything else comes up, I might pull some extra cards. So like I did in the Cardi B and Offset reading, I did a compatibility reading on astrolist.com. They allow you to do a free sample of a soulmate connection, like a soulmate reading. So I just entered their information in, and it gave me a compatibility, like 2 key factors that wanted to come up. So when I'm done with this, recording this and everything, I'll go and do theirs, and I'll post it in the description box. As also their sun and moon, if I can find all of that. I believe Jhene is a Pisces. I'm not sure what Big Sean is, but I will definitely leave it in the description box so you guys can see. It's pretty interesting what comes out. It was interesting because when I did the reading for Cardi B and Offset, and then I did the compatibility reading after, and I was like, this is pretty much what I said. It was pretty spot on, their dynamic. So that was interesting. You can also try it on your own soulmate connections. It does help to have that person's time of birth, because it can only go in so much. You both need your times of birth, the time that you're born, not just the date of birth. You need the time that you were born for it to be way more accurate. But yeah, if you're interested, it's called astrolist.com. ASTRO, Astro list, LIS.com, astrolist.com. Okay, to get that. All right, so let's see, what is he? Okay, so the synergy. So this is what the energy that they share together, the dynamic that they create, the energy between them. What is energy? 2 cards want to keep coming out. I'll take that. And I'll just take those 2 cards. Okay. So this will be the feminine side. This will be the masculine. So this is Jhene's energy. So this is what draws her towards him. And what draws him towards her. Okay. Okay, so where are they currently within their dynamic? What is their dynamic currently like? Oh. These cards just flew out. Hope you guys can see these cards because they're quite big. I might have to move some of these other ones. Okay. So what does each person contribute to this connection? Oh, that's not good, Jhene. What's wrong with you? I can kind of see that though, you know. Okay. I'm going to move this out the way because I want some room here. So I'm going to have to remove my crystals and stuff. And my name's Chenoa with Wild Child Readings, by the way. So I always have to mention that now because I had a situation with somebody taking my content, trying to make money off of it and whatnot. Okay, what else do we look at? So what is the challenge and the obstacles? They always got like 2 cards that want to come out. And I figured this. I really did. So I figured that. I picked that up in another reading that I did for them. It was a live I did with just like random like people. And I did not post it. Or I deleted it, I guess. I must have been talking real crazy about some people in there. So I deleted it. Okay, so this is the fate of their connection. I'm going to leave this hidden. What is... And they don't want to. They already showed it. But I'm going to clarify that. Why Spirit says that. Because there's always a catch. It's not always just that simple. Of course, you know. So if I get too spiritual for some of you, because my readings are not just like, just surface, like, oh yeah, you know, this and that is happening, they're gonna do an album, blah blah blah. Sometimes I get into like what's going on internally. That can make me feel a little invasive with these people when I read on them, because I could pick up like certain things that they need to heal and whatnot. And I don't know, it's like, that's how it goes down sometimes. Okay, so the synergy that what I got for them, the synergy represents the energy that they create together. It's like one energy between two people that's being created. So with that, was it this or that? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Spirit knows what I'm trying to do here. But what I get with that is, it's more so for, I feel like for him, Big Sean, these masculine energies, the chakra, the throat chakra, and the man holding a heart. I feel like the energy that they create could be expressing themselves very deeply, expressing whether it's through their music or on a personal level. I feel it more so is for the music, because whatever it is, the Page of Pentacles, like, they learn a lot, like they're learning a lot. She's already a good writer. She writes music. And him, I don't believe he writes his own lyrics or whatever. I don't know. I'm not sure. I know for a fact, I've been listening to Jhene since she was like associated to B2K, like back in the day. So I know for a fact she writes her own music. So I feel like maybe she's inspiring Big Sean to express himself more through his music. There's more, I feel like he's always kind of been like that, but there's something more deep or like more depth to his expressing in his music. And it's not just in the music, but I feel like it does help with this Pentacles. This is money, could also be career. He's learning different things through this type of expression. I feel like between the both of them, there's a lot of open-hearted communication with each other. It's like it allows him to go more in depth with his feelings, how he feels about certain things in life, where he's at in life, what he wants to really share with people, what he wants to share with her. It helps. It's more so like, this is the energy, yeah, this is the energy that they create together, but it's like more so beneficial on his part, if that makes sense. So I want to look at like what draws them towards each other. So what draws Jhene to Big Sean? Got the thinking man with the moon. I think what draws it to her, he's like a really deep thinker. He's very intellectual, I feel. And she herself, she comes across as a person of depth. The moon card is the Pisces card. I don't know why they like decided to make the moon Pisces. I've always felt like it should have been Cancer, but this is Pisces and she's a Pisces. So this touches her, something about like his intellectual, like his characteristics as a person, or his character, his intellect, his thinking, his ideals, how he speaks, possibly. It feeds or it attracts her inward, like her depth, the depth of who she is, because she's a Pisces and everything is felt, it's dreamy, it's emotional, it's imaginative, it's poetic. So he speaks to her in that way, and that's what really attracted her to him. And I feel like too, he may be able to tap into things that other people can't see within her. He has this clear quartz, so it's like he can see through her crystal clear. And I feel like to her, that's deep. Like, you're able to see the depth of me as a water sign. I feel like that would turn that person on, whether it's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever, maybe all three or all four. It goes, I feel like it's the depth that he presents to her, or he's actually able to tap into some subconscious things in her emotions. He can tap very deep into places that others may have not ever been able to. What draws him towards her? I feel like she awakens a lot of things that he didn't even know that he desired or wanted. There's the Seven of Cups with the rest and rejuvenation. So not only that, when I first pulled this, I get that he's at peace with her. He's attracted to the peace that she brings in his life. She untaps a lot of desires that, like I said, he wasn't aware that he even wanted. Sometimes people have that effect on us, but I feel like that's what this is that draws him towards her. There's a calm energy that comes with her. I can see it. She has that energy. She is a Pisces as well. And I don't know if he's an air sign. I want to look, but I don't want to do it while I'm reading. But I feel like he's an air sign for some reason, or he has a lot of air in his chart. But because I get like this deep thinker always in his head, and it's like this water sign brings this peace and this calm. So I feel with that, these two energies together create a peacefulness and untapping things that you didn't know that you could have or wanted. These other desires, I feel like he's starting to see that certain things that he thought he wanted in life, or maybe in relationships or whatever, just overall, may not always have been truth to him or really fulfilling. But it's like this thing that I didn't know that I even wanted in life. It's actually what I like. It's something that I actually needed and really wanted. So as far as like where they are in their dynamic currently, okay, where they're at in the dynamic. So we have the Patience and the Yin and Yang card with the Six of Cups. So where they're at in their connection, I feel like it's still growing. It has its depth, yes, with the Six of Cups, but it's still very light. It's not as serious as we would like to think. I feel like it's still building that serious level. I get that they are committed to each other in a way, but it's like it's not that deep as we might see. The Six of Cups is like an immature energy, so it's like they're still building upon what they have. It's not set in stone, really. It still has its room to grow. It still has its improvements, maybe some things that still needs to be worked on internally, individually. So there's a lot of like divine timing with this. But, you know, with Patience, the closer the bond gets, you know, they're almost like one and the same. They may actually believe that they're soulmates. I kind of feel like it is a soulmate connection, and soulmates don't always have to be romantic, and they don't always have to be lifelong, you know, connections. Sometimes, you know, you won't always be in each other's lives. The connection lives on, but the physical, you know, being around each other and dealing with each other may not always last a lifetime or a long time. But I feel like they do feel like they have something in common, or they blend very well with each other. And I feel like a lot of people feel that too, because they create good music together. And usually when you're able to do that, there is some sort of soulmate connection, whether it's a business soulmate, a friendship soulmate, whatever. I believe they feel that about each other. The Six of Cups is a soulmate card. They might even feel like a past life connection to each other. But it's a slow build towards coming, you know, making this more than what it is. Because I feel like it's pretty much, not that it's not serious, but it's still kind of like playful, kind of like we're just seeing where it goes. We like each other. We have feelings for each other. But it's not like we don't know if we're ever planning on getting married or having kids. Like that's not something that is really being focused on. As far as like what it is that they're contributing to the connection, she has envy and strength. So what she's contributing is, I feel like she has some jealousy issues. You know, any woman that's ever been cheated on or whatever, you never know. It could be other factors that causes her to be jealous, whether he gives her a reason to or not, or these are some things that she needs to heal. I feel like this provokes a lot of anger in her, this envy or jealousy. Could be towards other women. It could be time that he's not spending with her. Or it could be multiple things that this represents. I get this vibe from her of what does she have that I don't have type of energy. So he might flirt with other women, or he might have cheated on her, or just slept with someone like around the time of dating. Or even if it's not like necessarily like he's cheating on her, if they're not really serious, but it's kind of like, well, I'm giving my energy to this person and he's sleeping with these types of women. What does she have that I don't have? type of thing. Like, who is she? And it's like she's possessive in a way. I feel she can be a little possessive over him, or just her nature in love, period, could be to be possessive. But she is jealous. She does contribute a lot of jealousy. This could cause a problem because it's like she's trying to tame him. And I don't know what his sign is, but some signs, like especially fire signs, they're not all into that, trying to tame them and control them and tell them what they should and shouldn't do. That's never been their thing. So I feel like she does try to tame this person. Like, she tries to tame him and his sexual desires a little bit. And it's like she tries to show him, like, I'm not like everybody else. Because this woman, she's like, has this pure vibe to her. She looks kind of like a veterinarian or something. So it's like trying to prove that I'm pure. I'm not like everybody else. You know, that type of energy. But there's jealousy here. There's insecurity coming from her end that she contributes. And it must be something very big, because they both have major arcanas in what they contribute. So this is something that's a strong factor that wanted to come out. As far as what he contributes to this connection, they have the action card with the Fool. So I feel like, yeah, he is a little frivolous in what he does. He could be a player type, or he could be the type that just, when he wants to do something, he's going to do it. The Fool doesn't really think too much about it. Like, if they feel guided to, they're willing to take the risk. And this horse, they look like they're chasing after each other. So this person could, he might, I feel like Big Sean has a tendency to go after women. He does. And I feel like he doesn't really think things through. Like, okay, well, if I'm dealing with this woman or that person, what's the consequences? I feel like it might not even cross his mind until later. Like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have been careful. But it's all about the thrill, you know, and feeling like I gotta just have it now. And it comes from a place of immaturity. She's trying to tame him, but it's like this is a child that wants to play and do what they want to do. And because this is a major arcana, this is a big factor as well. Like, this is something that's strong that wanted to come out. He might even be frivolous with his spending, because the Fool, I get fashion vibes from the Fool. Like, he likes to shop a lot and not really think about that through. And she's a different type of breed. So it's kind of like she feels responsible with having to, like, try to tame him a little bit. Like, she's trying to tame a wild animal. Like, you're doing too much. You need to calm down. Or you're being too boastful. You're being too loud. You're being too flashy. And I don't imagine she's into all of that. Just the type of personality that she is. Let's look at, like, what the major challenges would be. Definitely other women, community. Okay, there's 3 other women here. Then we got the 5 of Wands. So it's a competitive thing. She does feel insecure, like she's competing with a lot of other women. Like, yeah, I might be the one that you show everybody and whatever, we do music together and all of that, and people see us together. But behind the scenes, I really do feel like there's, and being a rapper, I don't want to just put that stereotype on rappers, but I feel like any man of a certain, is it prestige? I don't know if that's the right term for it, but like of a certain status is going to attract lots of women. Okay, so it's like that's not the easiest thing to turn down. We can say, yeah, you know, it's easy, but just imagine being like, even as a woman, like if you had the option to date any man that you wanted, all these types of men just came at you and you could be the most faithful woman. Sometimes it does cross your mind, be honest, that, oh, you know, even if it, say if it was a man that you like, of your, like, you've always wanted, because sometimes, like, yeah, being a celebrity, you're around other celebrities. When you weren't a celebrity, you wanted to, you know, mingle with these people, or you wanted to get with them, or you only dreamed about getting with them. And when you're around them, it's temptation. So there's a lot of temptation around them. And it's not just women, it's other things, material things, drinking, bad habits. But I feel like the obstacle is this feeling like competitive nature. Almost to the point where it's like, I'm tired and I give up. I don't feel like he's just a one-time cheater. He's cheated a couple of times. I feel like it's something that's like common. Like when he's not around her, he's always with somebody else, or he slept with someone else. And they're just like different types of women. They're not all the same type. They don't have to be like the video model type. It could be like another celebrity. It could be a girl that's just around the way or whatever. A girl that goes to school, a woman that works or whatever. She's not in the industry, or she's not a groupie type. He messes around with different types of women. So it's kind of like she's competing, and it's like, where do I fit type of energy. It's kind of like I give up. And it might have even been a point where some women might have thought that they were the only ones too, or that he made them feel like it was something more than just a sexual encounter, because he might see them more than once. So they know about each other. Some of them, there's some arguing going on, and people being fed up and tired. So this is an issue. And I get that he's very boastful too, for some reason. Like, I just get this egotistical vibe, like, about him too. That's a problem. But the fate of this connection is victory in Queen of Pentacles. So it's going to be some sort of victory for her more than anything. Especially financially. I feel like she'll be more financially well off in the end than he will. So I want to clarify. It's got feminine energy written on both of these cards. So I feel like for Jhene, she will get what she deserves. With the Ace of Cups, I don't want to say that, but it's kind of what I'm getting. Either this connection, they're going to end up married, or it's going to lead to her being in a better relationship. I feel like it might lead to them marrying, honestly. Yeah, it could be. I said in another reading that they weren't going to last, or something was going to happen. They might go through breakup spells. But for some reason, I feel like it will definitely lead to him proposing to her. If it's not a marriage, I saw the M. It looks like an M on my end. And then the Page of Cups is proposing something, and they're sharing something together. It could be, if it's not a marriage, like a typical marriage, he will propose something that is lifelong, where it puts her as a life partner position, because I do see the Queen and the King of Pentacles as my husband and wife card sometimes. But I feel like it still stands that she'll either be more famous than him, or she'll be more financially well off than him. Whether it comes from her writing or something, she's going to be financially well off. But I do get that he's going to propose either a solid commitment to her in some way, where it's just, exclusive, as no one else, it's just us, or there's a marriage, or something like a marriage, a lifelong partnership. They might share these same ideals of what a life partnership is. It might not be traditional to the other, outside worlds. It may be, like a common law thing, or some sort of sacred union. He's going to propose something to her. So it's very possible. It's very possible that it will be something of depth, of long-term shit with the Queen of Pentacles. But if it's not a marriage, it's definitely a commitment, and of her being very successful in her career more than him. She's going to be way more successful than him, career-wise and financially. Like, she's going to be financially good. Also, like I said, even maybe more famous than him. But that's what I'm getting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. And any other suggestions that I forget, I know Rihanna is one of them. You guys don't have to say that again. I already know the Rihanna one. I'll try to get around to hers as well. There's other fews that some have mentioned, other couplings. If you want to leave it below, feel free to do that. And I'm going to leave in the description box their information, as well as their compatibility reading. Much love. Peace.